Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video of JavaScript programming where we'll be going over some of the basic rules and regulations while coding in JavaScript. You can open up your last file, go to Visual Studio. If you've closed it, you can go to Files, Open File, and locate that file, and then click on it and just press Open. Today we will be, and just to let you guys know, if you guys run into any error, you can comment and just comment down below, or you can go to my site called searchguru.com and you can get my email and actually send me an email. That would be good as well. I'll be able to respond to you as fast as possible. So in today's video we'll be learning about some JavaScript rules that we have to follow if we want to code in JavaScript. Today we'll be going over three major things: how to assign, how to declare a variable, how to declare variables. Second is going to be how to assign values, and there's going to be how to compute those values. And we'll be doing these following the JavaScript rule, and we'll try to make sure that it's nice and clean. So the first thing is how to declare a variable. To declare a variable in JavaScript, you have to type in a certain keyword that is called var. So if you type in var, and then you gotta give that variable a certain name. Let's say I give my variable the name foo. So that's a variable declaration. And at the end, I should have a semicolon. Okay. Now the way to assign values to this variable is just to add an equal to sign and then give it a certain number. Let's just say number 10. So that's an assigned value. And how do you compute values? Compute values basically mean I change this value to foo to like 15 now. Okay, now if I want to print out this value of food, I can just type in foo here, and you can go to Files and then Save. And now if I want to see what comes as an output, I can refresh the page and I'll see 15. Now that's how you compute values in JavaScript. You declare a variable, then you assign, or you declare a variable by writing var, and then you give it a certain name, and you give it a certain value. That's called assigning of values. And then computing means changing. You don't necessarily have to do this process. You can just do this and then get the output. But if you want to change a variable to something else, then you can do that. So that's one of the basic rules of JavaScript. That's the first rule of JavaScript, is to always declare variables first with a certain name, and always give it a certain value. It doesn't have to be a number value. You can give it a string value as well. So I can put double quotations and type in hello world, and you can go to Files and Save. And now here, actually see hello world. Okay. Now it doesn't have to be double quote. You can put it in single quotation as well. That works perfectly fine. And for save, I'm just going to use Control S because it's very time consuming for me to go to Files and Save. So just do that, and it'll give you the same output. So that's one thing in JavaScript that we've just learned about variables. And unlike any other programming languages, you can type in string, decimal values, anything by just declaring var. In other programming languages, mostly you have to type in int, string, char, and all those other stuff. So that's alright. Now we'll be learning a little bit about operators here. So I have my value foo. Let's just give it a certain number of 10. And now let's say I want to change foo. I declare another variable called boo, and I give it a value of 10. Now I can type in var results, and I can type in foo plus boo, and then I can actually print out the results here, and I could press Control S to save. I can go to my browser and hit refresh. Of course I'll get 20 because I just passed in those variables. So these are called operator values, what I just did here. To get these two variable values into results, I'm storing more data into results. These are called operator values. I just added these two. And what I can do here is there are 4 kinds of operator. I can subtract it, I can multiply it, or I can divide it. So let's multiply it, and just as expected, we should get 100. And there you go. So that's variable declaration in JavaScript. Every time you want to declare a variable or do any kind of mathematical thing, you have to declare a variable. You have to declare variables, you have to assign them, and you have to compute them. It means you have to change the variables, and you got to implement them. So one more thing that you can do here with the variables is you can declare one more. Let's declare one more variable, rule, RO, and then give it a string value of hello world. Now let's say I want my results to show 100 and then hello world. So what I can do that here is that in here results, I can add in a plus sign. So plus sign basically adds up more variables, not necessarily like adding numbers, but if it's a string, then it just concatenates those strings. That's a fancy term for adding up variables. So I can just type in rule and then go to file, save, or control S. I can go to my files and refresh, and I'll probably get hello world. So that's how you concatenate string. However, if I have Sue of 10, if I pass in 10, if I pass in Sue, then I'll actually get 110. So this actually works with a string and numbers if you use them together. So that's extremely important to remember. The last thing that I want to show you guys for this video is commenting. So what I did here, and the reason why it's in green, is because I commented this out. So I can comment this out. If you commented, that will not be read by Visual Studio Code, and that will not be outputted. So if I were to comment console.log and press Control Save, and if I refresh, I will not get any output because I have told Visual Studio to not execute this line of code. So that's what you do to comment. Just type in 2 forward slashes, type in anything that you want, and that will be neglected by Visual Studio Code. If you want to comment multiple lines of code, you can actually go to the top section, type in forward slash and then asterisk, and then come all the way down, type in asterisk and then forward slash. That will comment multiple lines of code, and everything that you write inside of these inside this compound will not be read by Visual Studio. That's how we comment variables and comment code in Visual Studio. So that's pretty much it for this video. Next video we'll be talking a little bit about operators, and if we have time I'll get into some data types and some of the basic functionalities of JavaScript as well.